Hello and welcome to another episode of Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. So today on Chef Carter's Cooking Corner, I am making lasagna. So one of my viewers, she's been asking for some sort of pasta for a minute now. And so that's what I'm doing. Alright, now that I have the vegetables cut up and sauteed, I'm going to go ahead and add my vegetable tomato sauce. I prefer Prego, and I got the chunky combo, and it includes lots of vegetables, peppers, zucchini, celery, carrots, and it has onions too. Otherwise, I would have added the whole onion. Alright, so let me go ahead and pour that in there. Let me get that stirred around. It's flapping every which way. I have it on low. But see, it looks like meat sauce with the vegetables in there, the mushrooms in there, I mean. It's a beautiful sauce. So let me go ahead and get the rest of that out. Alright. Oop. Spilled some. That's alright. Just a few drops. I'm going to go ahead and put a little water in this and then add it. Alright. There's a little water in there. Clean that jar out. Save the jar. You can use it for things. I mean, this is a nice sized jar. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and let this simmer on low for a little bit. Looks like meat sauce, don't it? Lots of flavor in there for sure. Alright, before I do move on though, I'm going to add 2 more ingredients. And that is poultry seasoning and a little bit of brown sugar. So about 2 tablespoons each. And what happens is the poultry seasoning gives it like a more meaty taste. So it'll be like there's sausage in here. And then the brown sugar gives it a more complex taste. And it also helps to cut the acid that's in here. Alright, it also makes it darker. You see the color has become darker and richer. Alright, so now I'm ready to make the cheesy filling, which will include cottage cheese, but you can use ricotta or you can use a mixture of cottage cheese and ricotta if you like. So this is 1 pound, 24 ounces of ricotta cheese. And then you're going to use, well, I'm going to use a mixture of Italian cheeses that I bought. And so you can see there it's mozzarella, provolone, parmesan, asiago, and romano. So this is 8 ounces of cheese. And you know, you can kind of tailor this to yourself. If you want all mozzarella, that's fine. You want parmesan. So it's up to you. So this is 8 ounces, which is, I believe, 2 cups of cheese. Shredded cheese there. And so then I'm going to get a couple tablespoons of my Italian seasoning in here. And then 1 egg. And then a pinch of salt. Even though there's plenty of salt in here, it's just, I don't know, just a pinch, a very small pinch of salt just does something for it. And then a shake of pepper. That was actually a big shake of pepper. Alright, so I like to put stuff up as I go. Alright, so we want to mix this up. Like so. And then once this is mixed up, I'll make the bechamel sauce that goes with this. Alright, now it's time to make the bechamel sauce. So I'm going to use a couple tablespoons. This is about 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to let that melt. Would help if I turned the burner on. So we're going to put it on low. And melt our butter slow. There we go. Alright, now that my butter is melted, I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons, and I'm just going to kind of eye it there. Put that in there, and then mix this up. And then I'm going to add some milk in here. So just a little bit at first. About, that's a little bit over a half cup there. And then you want to whisk it to get all the lumps out. And then once the lumps are out, you can add about another cup in there. And then you can turn it to medium. And then you whisk it till it gets thicker. Alright, so it's getting thicker now. You can see it along the edges there. So, one test to see if this is ready is if you can do this with a spoon. So I was able to. So that means it's done. Alright, so 2 things I'm going to add in here is like a pinch of nutmeg. You don't want too much. And then a pinch of salt, because every layer needs to have flavor. And flour and milk and butter, they're not going to have a lot of flavor without these seasonings. So now that I got them in there, I'm going to mix those really good. So you can see how much thicker that got just sitting just a few moments. So I'm going to taste for flavoring. I'm going to add just a pinch more salt. Alright. So altogether I added about half a teaspoon of salt to this. Alright, so now I'm going to put it all together. So you can see I have my tomato sauce. It's right there. Tomato sauce, bechamel sauce, noodles. I have my cheese mixture right there. So we're ready to put everything together. So time to do the layers. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is cover it with more cheese. I say this is about a cup of cheese on top. And then what we're going to do is cover it tightly with this and cook it for 60 minutes, that's 1 hour, at 375 degrees. So I'll be back then. Okay, so now is the moment of truth. We're going to see what our lasagna looks like. All right. It's very hot, so I gotta be careful. Got a little cheese sticking, but not much. Okay. You see the one little strand of cheese? I didn't do too bad. It's 2 little spots on there. Alright. So there's our lasagna. So now what we need to do is put it back in the oven to get this all nice and toasty. So there's our lasagna. Now we got to put this back in the oven to get it nice and toasty. I'm going to put it at 450 degrees, and it should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, so here's the lasagna out of the oven. I toasted the top just a little bit. Now I'm going to let it rest. We got to let it rest for at least 30 minutes. Alright, so my lasagna is ready now. It's rested the 30 minutes. I put it on that round pan so that it would have more support. Since I used that aluminum pan, I didn't want all my work to go through and be jacked up. So let me go ahead and get a little piece here. First piece is always the hardest to come out. Okay. Okay. 2 for supper tonight. 2 pieces. So it's still really warm, but you can see the layering there. So here's my lasagna. Get my fork. Let me try a little piece. Mmm. No, it's really good. It does kind of taste like there's sausage in there because of the poultry seasoning. Mmm. Okay, okay. So good. So this is really good lasagna. Man, it's real good. I don't even want to stop eating it. It's so good. All right, well, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time.